Hey guys, I'm Evan. Welcome to Country View Solar. So today we're going to be installing a brand new soft start on my 3-ton air conditioner. Now, a soft start, what it does is it lowers the amount of amperage that you need to be able to start one of these compressors. And the bigger the compressor, the harder it is to start. And by harder, I mean it just requires a lot of amperage, like really quickly, to be able to get this to spin up. And a soft start is going to lower that amperage, make it easier for your solar power equipment to be able to run your air conditioner. So it puts less stress on your solar inverter, but it also puts less stress on the compressor as well. It's good for both systems. So a little while ago, my air conditioner got to the point where it wasn't wanting to start, and it was taking several attempts to get it to start, and it ended up being a bad capacitor. Now, the company that put this in, they came out and they replaced the capacitor, and you could tell this is what the capacitor looks like. It's a dual capacitor, so it's got a connection for the compressor, and it also has a capacitor for the fan that's on here as well. So it's like two capacitors built into one. And you could tell it was bad because it was all swelled up. It's not a nice cylinder no more. The top was domed, it was swelled out from the side. It's usually a telltale sign that it's a bad capacitor. So they put the brand new capacitor in it. It was under warranty. But afterwards, it was still having trouble starting it. And my soft starter, and this is the one I had before, it's like an ELT wind. So it would get an error light on here, and it would take 2 or 3 attempts for this to be able to start the unit up. And I did some amp readings, and with this in the system and with it out of the system, there really wasn't much of a difference. It was like this wasn't even working anymore. So I ended up unhooking it, and it's actually been running perfectly fine right off of the inverter without a soft start. But the problem is every time it starts, the lights in my house, like you see them dim. There's like a blink when it starts up this compressor, and that's another reason to put in the soft start. And the reason it's dimming the lights is because so much current is going to this to start it up that it drops the voltage a little bit and the lights dim when it happens. So let's go ahead. I want to open this up, and the first thing I want to do is I want to find out how much current that this is actually pulling when it starts up. We'll take off the cover. So near your air conditioner, you should have some type of a breaker or a disconnect to turn off the power, and from it, the power runs into the unit, and you can see this flexible conduit here, runs in, and then you got all your controls in here. And what I want to do is, since this is the incoming power, you can see we have a green ground, we have a black line 1, and we have a red line 2. So all I need to do is, since this is 240 volts, I just need to grab one of these legs and put an amp meter on here. And I ended up getting a new meter. This is a Klein CL810, and this one does read inrush. So we'll clamp it around that wire. We'll get it set on amps and turn on for inrush, and now we just got to start the air conditioner up and see how many amps. Alright, and you can see we pulled 71.0 amps to start this. Now I'll reset it and see what the amps are. 7.15, that's the running amps. That's what it takes to run it, but to start it, it was 10 times that amount. Now there's a lot of good soft starters out there that you can purchase, and when you buy one, you have to size it properly for the size of your air conditioner. Now this time around, I decided to, instead of buying like a normal soft starter, I bought one that's kind of intelligent. It kind of learns. And as it starts the unit a few times, it will learn how it starts, and it'll actually lower the amperage more and more. It'll kind of dial itself in and tune itself so that it starts with the lowest amperage possible. And that is, so I bought a Micro Air Easy Start. And this one is made for 3 to 6 ton air conditioner units. So it works on quite a wide range of air conditioners. It's supposed to be fairly easy to install. So we're gonna go ahead, we'll get it out of the box here. So here's the Micro Air Easy Start, and it already comes with a pre-wired cable on there. On the other end of the cable, it's got a couple of clip-on connectors there, and then it has some of the Wago lever lock connectors as well. So everything should be done on here, hopefully, where we can just hook it right up. So inside of here, you got to find a place to mount the soft starter. Here is where I had the old soft starter mounted. It mounted to this little clip right here, just like so. So what I'll probably do is I'll pop this out and we'll mount the new soft starter in its place. So this soft starter, it is quite a bit larger than the last one. I mean, I think we can fit it in there, just like so. Now, of course, before mounting this, you can look through these vents right here and you can tell that I'm not gonna accidentally put a screw into something I shouldn't. Now, if there was something on the back side here, you didn't want to screw it to the air conditioner unit, it does come with this like double-sided sticky back foam that you could put on the back of it and just stick it inside of your air conditioner, and then you wouldn't have to worry about poking a hole in something. Now, there's no instructions in the box. They've got a little QR code here that you can use your phone on, and then that'll give you a website to be able to find the actual installation guide. Now, to wire this up to the air conditioner, you have to identify a couple things. One's going to be the run capacitor and the different terminals. The other thing is going to be the contactor, which is what it's basically a big relay that pulls in and out to start the air conditioner. So the easiest thing to identify is going to be the capacitor, and you got 3 different terminals on here. So I'm going to use this spare capacitor, and you can see there's 3 terminals. One is labeled Herm, one is labeled Fan, and one is labeled C. So the C, that's the common, and that's normally wired up to power. And then the Herm actually stands for hermetically sealed compressor. So the wire that hooks up to the Herm is the capacitor start wire for the compressor. The one that's fan, that is the fan capacitor start wire going to the fan. So this orange wire right here, you actually are supposed to land this on the Herm contact, and there's usually a few extra spade terminals on each contact, so you just slide it over. It's going to be hard to show, but this right here, this is the contactor. So we've got our line 1 and line 2 come in on the bottom, and then line 1 and line 2 come out the top. So first thing to do is identify the one that actually has a wire that goes over to the capacitor, and that is the red line 2. And I'm supposed to disconnect this line 2 and connect it to this brown wire right here. So I'm going to be disconnecting this red wire that goes to the compressor off the output of the contactor. So now I'm going to take my red wire and connect it to my brown wire. Lock the lever down. Pull on it, make sure it's good. They're both in there secure. And then this white wire, I'm going to take the Wago connector off of it, and then it is going to land where I took the red wire off. I'm just going to go ahead and crimp a fork terminal on here. Now we'll just pull on it, make sure it's in there good. Yep. So essentially what we've done so far is we wired into where line 2 is on the contactor. So when that contactor turns on, power will go down through the cable to the micro air, and then power will come back out the brown wire to the compressor. And then the orange wire is wired basically in parallel with the other orange wire that goes to the start coil on the compressor. The only thing left to land is this black wire, and it's going to land on line 1, so it's going to land on the top side of the other side of the contactor, and there should be an extra spade for you to slide this onto. And there it is. So we are all wired up. Now, depending on how your air conditioner is all wired up, it could be completely different. You know, it could have all different colors of wires. They may not match at all. May have 2 capacitors instead of 1 capacitor. May have a different type of contactor. It all depends on the air conditioner you have, the brand. So it's really more about identifying the wiring and where the wiring goes and comes from, and then you can identify the correct wires to tie into. And that just goes back to the online directions on, and the first thing in the directions is it actually goes through and shows you how to identify all of the correct terminals or wiring, and you'll have to do that, you know, according to how your system is. But on this air conditioner, everything is wired up. It is ready to test out. So I'm going to go ahead, put my amp meter back on it, and then we'll start this thing up and we'll see what it reads the first time. And we'll have to start this up a few times until the amp reading stays steady. It should get lower the first few times we start it. So I'm going to go ahead and kick the air conditioner on, and we'll look at the lights and we'll see where they blink. I could hear this click. The lights did not blink. I can hear the blower fan kicked on, so hopefully the compressor's on. And yeah, I can hear the compressor running. All right, that was the first start. What did we get? Holy moly, 20.4 amps. That is huge. That is a lot. Well, I can say right now, if this does not improve at all, I am very satisfied with 20.4 amps. That is huge compared to the 71 amps that the inverter was supplying before, and it was doing it. The 12,000 XP was starting this compressor every time. It's just I was having the lights like dim down in the house. If you had like a fan going, you could actually hear the fan slow down and speed back up, and that's because for it to provide that much amperage, the voltage was dropping. So now I need the air conditioner to start up a few more times for it to learn the system and see if the amperage actually gets lower or not. So I'm going to turn the thermostat down, get the air conditioner to kick off. We're going to wait like 5 minutes because we want the system to fully decompress so that it's starting under the exact same conditions it was earlier. All right, this time it is 21.0. Actually went up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and let the air conditioner run, cool the house down, and then I'll just let it run for maybe another hour or two so it cycles on and off several times. Let it go through the whole learning process, and then we'll check the amps again and see if it really improved or not. I got a feeling it's not going to. I think sitting around 20 to 22 amps, that's probably about as best as we could ask for. But yeah, we'll revisit this here in a minute, and then I'll show you what it says in the app. So it's about 8 in the evening now, so I'm sure the air conditioner has started up several times, and hopefully it's all taught itself. So I just put the amp meter on there, and we'll wait for this to start up and we'll see what it is. Oh, it just kicked on. Sounded really good when it kicked on. Oh, that's weird. That's the fan kicked on first. It took several seconds for the fan to actually, or for the compressor to actually kick on. There it is, 20.9 amps. It's probably about as good as we're gonna get. I'm sure it'll vary just a little bit, but about 21 amps, that ain't bad. So in normal operation, the fan and the compressor start at the same time, and my last soft start, they started at the same time as well. But there's definitely a delay between when the fan starts and when the compressor starts. So this soft starter definitely does act or function a little bit differently. And this soft starter does have Bluetooth, so you can connect to it with your phone using their app, but you have to be standing fairly close. So I'll try to put it up here on the screen. If it's close enough, it'll see it, and then you can connect to it, and then the little writing down here will tell you if it's connected. Yep, we are connected. So then you can go in and you can see like the frequency, you can see the live current, the running current, you can see what it thinks that the peak amps was. It thought it was 18.1, and our meter, what was it, 20.9? And you can see that it has started 7 times to learn, and it started a total of 8 times total. So it actually used 7 different starts to try to learn this compressor. Now, one of the menus in here, you can actually tell it to relearn, and you activate that and you send it to it. The next time it'll start, it'll redo the learning process. Maybe if you think something's wrong, you do have the ability to teach it again. So overall, I think I'm really satisfied with this soft starter. My last one, and maybe it had a problem, maybe it was going bad, but the lights would always blink just a little bit with it. And then when it failed and I had to disconnect it, the lights really dimmed when I didn't have a soft start at all. But on this one, the lights don't blink at all. It runs perfectly. And I just bought this off of Amazon, so I can just put an Amazon link down below if you're interested in it. And the cool thing about the Flex is it works on a variety of air conditioners, anywhere from like a 3-ton to a 6-ton. So it can service a wide range in one soft starter. Normally you had to size them for whatever your AC unit was, but this one is actually a little bit variable on what kind of air conditioner it can work on. But I think that's going to be it for this video, so I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.